Okay, we're here at Sticky Wicket with West Indies Director of Cricket Jimmy Adams and new Coach Education Manager Chris Brabazon. Jimmy, you've had a big coaches forum here today with coaches from all around the region. Tell us all about it, what's been going on?
Been a very interesting, very productive day, Don. We thought, myself, the head coach of the senior team, Phil Simmoms, and Chris himself thought that it would have been a really good idea to bring all the franchise coaches from around the region under one roof to pretty much start a process of, in a sense, getting everybody to read the same script off the same page. There's a lot that we want to do, that we want to see happening at the highest level, but for that to happen, all of the supporting cast has to be on the same page. So that involves franchise coaches, and it's going to involve coaches further down the food chain as well, which will probably be a major section of Chris's role coming out of this forum. But today was excellent, went well. We got loads of really good, valuable feedback from the coaches. Phil was very happy in being able to get his messages across, and all in all, a very productive day.
And so, before we get to speak to Chris himself, this is a new position for Cricket West Indies, one you've been working for some time. Tell us why it's so important.
Well, without making something sound too difficult or too complicated, we have a responsibility, especially within the elite pipeline, to teach the game and to teach it the way we want it taught, to the standards that we think will give us international quality players down the line. That's a skill, and Chris's role is to help us develop better teachers of the game throughout the region. I think it's a critical role. It's one that we've been trying to fill for a while, and it's great having that role or that post filled now.
And Chris, welcome to the Caribbean. I know you've been here a couple of months. So how are you getting on in the new role? First of all, you settled in nicely?
Yeah, it's been fantastic actually. I think especially like events like today where I'm able to put a face to the name. Yeah, it's been fantastic. But everyone's been really welcoming at Cricket West Indies and in the wider community. So yeah, it's been brilliant.
And so what have been some of the key outputs for you from today, and what happens next?
Yeah, I think the key thing I took from today is just the passion. The whole group really want to contribute to something bigger. It's just trying to catch that energy in a bottle and trying to work out how we sort of move that forward. But yeah, the overwhelming thing was just the passion to actually want to contribute to, you know, the West Indies cricket scene as opposed to just a national sort of setup. So yeah, it was encouraging.
And in terms of next steps, I understand you're now heading off around all of the West Indies to meet all of the regional coaches at home, as it were, and actually learn with them and learn from them and get sharing with them. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I think it's important that I understand the context that each of the coaches are working with. So if they're at a high school, if they're coaching an underage national team, if they're a club coach, I want to know what resources they have around them, what the facilities are like, what the challenges are like. So as we build a system that is designed to support them, it is really practical. It's not something that just looks good on paper and we think we're doing a great job. It needs to actually be able to help them to do the role that's required of them in the larger picture.
And one of the things, just to finish off, you guys told me was this isn't just about the elite, as you've sort of already said. It's as much as getting it going right at any age group level all the way up to elite. Is that right for both players and coaches? So tell us why the player development is just as important as the coaching development and the other way around.
Yeah, I think the key thing for mine starting out is I need to get a really clear picture of what it is that we need to have elite, world-class West Indian cricketers. That was the question I asked of Jimmy and the people at Cricket West Indies quite early doors. And once we're able to sort of bed that down, after we get through like this sort of 2 or 3 months of engagement around the regions and after events like today, then we can start to sort of pad out what it looks like the level under that, what it looks like the level under that, and the level under that. So if I'm a 13-year-old boy or girl, I'll be able to look at the system that we've developed and say, well, here I'm at, here's where I'm at now, here's the coaching that I need, what's required of the coach at this level to be able to move me up to the under 15s, as it were, and then so on and so forth until hopefully the players that are coming through to Phil or Gus, it's just a different conversation because you're not having to do all that remedial work that will have hopefully already been bedded down. So it's quite a systems-wide approach, but it's really exciting.
Perfect. Well, thanks very much for joining us. Good luck on your tour, and look forward to seeing all of the development in the weeks, months and years ahead.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
So a big welcome to Phil Simmoms, head coach of the West Indies men's team. Phil, you've been in the coaching forum today with Jimmy and Chris, who we've just heard from. What have you taken from it, and what are you looking to get out of it for all the coaching in the region?
I think the biggest thing we've taken out of it is that a lot of coaches need that guidance in order for us to have that line from top to bottom. And when I say bottom, I mean down to under 13s and under 15s. And I think we have started a process here where we need to continue. And I think that all the coaches appreciate what we've done today, and they were very vocal, which was nice for them.
And how important is that for you as head coach, that all of these coaches are aligned, all linked into a similar way of thinking and a similar way of development?
Well, that's the most important part, because when players come up to me, they should have an idea of what they're coming into, and the only thing we should have to be doing upstairs is setting them for international cricket, setting them to be the best in the world, to be world class. But all the preparation before that comes from the franchise and everything that goes on in the franchise. So it was very enlightening for me to hear what they have to say and to be able to interact with them today.
And a lot of positive energy around the coaching. I mean, there's a lot of talent out there. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it was a lot of energy around what they have to do, and the fact that they are excited about doing it, it means well for our cricket.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that, and look forward to hearing more about the coaching development in the weeks and months to come.